Hello everyone, my name is Sulaiman Ahmed and I'm working as a data analyst for the past 4 years, and this is my submission on the Codebasics resume project number 8, which is tailoring credit cards for tomorrow, customer insights and strategic directions for Mitron Bank. I have divided my presentation in several parts. So in the first part, that is introduction, I will discuss about a problem statement and summarize the whole project pipeline. Secondly, I will talk about the data info. Thirdly, I will briefly talk about a machine learning algorithm that I implemented on the data. Fourth, I will show you the dashboard and try to interpret different graphs and charts. And the fifth is a recommendation from you guys. So let's begin with the introduction. So the main introduction and the problem statement was that the Mitron Bank is a bank, and their goal is to introduce a new line of credit cards to expand market reach. Okay, so the bank already have a very large customer base, but they are looking to scale their business and they're looking to increase their market reach. So the context is I am working as a data analyst for the Atlic Technologies, and Atlic got the news internally about Mitron Bank, and Atlic proposed to Mitron Bank to give us the project, and we will give you your desired outcome by using and implementing different data analytics techniques, and will help you gain your objective by data-driven decision making. And secondly, the Mitron Bank's stakeholder, Mr. Bashni Rober, so he was pretty skeptical about the whole situation. So give us a pilot project with only 4,000 customers across 5 cities. He told us to successfully complete the project, and the success of the project will determine if we will get the full project or not. So what is the end goal? The end goal is to develop a dashboard that will showcase customer demographics and customers' income or expenditure insights. Using those insights and demographics, we will make a data-driven decision to increase credit card usage. So the project initialization is divided into 2 parts: demographics and income and expense analytics. So in the demographics part, depiction of the diverse customer base, segment specific insights like different demographic information will be categorized for better understanding. And in the income and expense analytics, we will showcase the spending habits of our customers, and we will also showcase how payment preference vary customers to customers. So the data info, we were given 2 data tables. The first data table is dim customers, that is a dimension table, and it has a customer ID which shows unique customers, gender, male or female, a different age groups, and marital status if the customer is married or single, and occupation, customer's occupation, and average income of the customers. And we also have a fact table that is called a fact spends, and in that fact table we are having the customer IDs again. We are also having different month data, category of spending, like in which category the spending happened for bills or groceries, other things, and the payment type, like what type of payments have been used to deal with the bills, and spends the amount of money paid. So the cluster analysis. So what is cluster analysis? So cluster analysis is an unsupervised machine learning that uncovers hidden patterns or intrinsic structures in data without using labeled responses or outcomes. And we are using the K-means clustering, that is a popular unsupervised machine learning algorithm that is used to divide data in a predefined number of clusters where each data point belongs to the cluster with the nearest mean. So the cluster is basically I'm segmenting into different categories. And why I'm using k-means? So k-means is generally used for market segmentation, pattern recognition, and in my project I'm using this k-means clustering to categorize the income and expense. So for that, I'm using Python to implement the cluster analysis. So at first, as you can see from the codes, that I am loading the library k-means from sklearn.cluster, and then I am defining the number of clusters. I only want three categories of clusters for the income segment. And after implementing the cluster analysis, k-means cluster analysis, we got three clusters, 0, 1, and 2, and we also got the number of items in each clusters. Okay, but we still don't know that the range of income in each cluster. So this is why we are now aggregating each cluster by minimum to maximum. So we see the cluster number 0 has minimum average income of 44,322 and maximum 59,797. Cluster 1 also have some income, and cluster 2 also have some income. So we can see from these minimum and maximum that cluster 1 has the lowest minimum income and maximum income. Cluster 0 is a bit increased, you can say, like upper middle, lower middle to upper middle, and cluster 2 has a high income, high average income. So this is why now we are now labeling each cluster. So cluster 0, we are labeling it as a middle to upper middle income segment. Cluster 1 is lower to middle income segment, and cluster 2 is a high income segment. Similarly, I also segmented the spends column in the effect spend table, and I also labeled the spend column as a 0, that is cluster 0 as low spend, cluster 1 as a medium spend, and cluster 2 as high spend. So now it's time to showcase the dashboard. So before showcasing the dashboard, we need to talk about a little bit about the data model. So at first we got these two tables, the dim customers and effect spends. Okay, and we actually connected dim customers and effect spends using the customer ID. I also added some extra tables for sorting, like the income segment is not sorted, as you saw that the cluster 0 was middle to upper middle and cluster 2 was lower to middle. So we have to manually add a dimension table to sort the income segment. Similarly, the month was not sorted. So in general, in Power BI, the month was getting sorted by alphabetical order. So yeah, so it was showing April at first, and then um, like alphabetically. I think you're getting gist. So this is why we are also including a dimension table, and that will help with the sorting of month. And this is our measure table. We generated different index measures like average income, utilization, income, that is sum of average income, income average, that is average of all the income, number of months, total customers, total spend. Yeah, so this is our dashboard. So this is the dashboard. So this is our home page of the dashboard. If you click on the demographics, you will see the demographics view. So in the demographics view, we have cards like active customers. So we, in the data set, we have 4,000 active customers, and on average a customer is earning 51,700,000 US dollars. And we also included slicers for cities. So we have Bengaluru, Chennai, Delhi, Hyderabad, and Mumbai cities, and then genders, marital status, occupation. So if you select slicer, so our dashboard will get filtered for each slicers. And income segment we calculated using cluster analysis. So lower to middle will show you all the lower to middle, will filter the data, that dashboard for lower to middle income segment. So in the demographics view, I have generated average income per age group. We see that age group 45 plus has on average the largest, the most income. We are also seeing the number of customers by age group. We can also see the marital status, active customers by marital status. So we say that married customers are more than single customers. And then customers and average income by occupation, it is showing that at first it is showing different occupation and number of customers on each occupation, and it is also showing their average income. So we see that business owners, there are 630 customers who are business owners, and their average income is the largest, that is 70,000, that is around 70,000 US dollars. And freelancers are, there are 784 freelancers in our database, and their average income is around 35,000 US dollars. And then we also visualized a box plot to show the distribution of income type by gender. So these two box plot is showing for each gender. So this is the male. So from the male, we see that at first we see that male has more income than female, and if you hover on the pink dots, you will see that lower to middle income segment has most customers, and if you the middle to upper middle income segment has least customers that are male. Similarly for the female. So this is actually showing the distribution of the income type. And also number of customers by male or female. So we see that our database is more male dominant, like around 2600 customers are male and around 1400 customers are female. We also generated a heat map, and that shows the segmentation of city and income type. So we see that Mumbai has the most amount of customers, and in Mumbai, 435 customers are in the lower to middle income segment. 402 customers are in a high income segment, and 231 customers are in middle to upper middle income segment. Similarly for all others cities. And we also generated a table for each cities and for each occupation. So we see that in Bengaluru, the business owners have around 70,000 US dollars of average income. Actually, business owners income in all 5 cities are kind of same. It's varying 69,000 to 70,000. Same goes for the freelancers, government employees, salaries, other employees, and IT employees. So it's quite evenly distributed. So my dashboard also have a function. So if you click on the dark, so my dashboard will turn into a dark mode dashboard. So I used bookmarks and a selection pane, and also to implement in this kind of dark mode in my dashboard. If you go to the next page, that is income and expense analytics, we see that income utilization on average, income utilization of one customer is around 43%. So what is income utilization? So income utilization is average expense divided by average income. So this means what is the percent utilization of income for each customer. So this is income utilization. So we see that a customer on average utilizes 43% of his or her income. The income utilization is more, this means the customer has more tendency to use the credit card, and if the income utilization is less, the customer has a less tendency to use the credit card. So we can also see income utilization percentage by month. So for the month September, the income utilization is the highest, and May, June, July also has low values, but the September month income utilization is the most. We also created a scatter plot showing income in the x-axis and spends on the y-axis, and we also segmented the income and spends using the income type. So we see that the customers that have high income also spends the most. Okay, and if you hover on the points, you can also see their average income utilization. Like high income customers are also utilizing their income most, around 76%. Income utilization percentage by spending type. So we see that the customer who spends the most, like high spend, has a 9% income utilization. For the medium spending customers, they have around 19% average income utilization, and 15% for the low spending customers. Similarly, this is a breakdown for product categories and payment methods. So we see that bills are mostly paid using credit cards, and it's followed by the debit cards and net banking, UPI, and net banking. Electronic products are mostly paid by using credit cards, and yeah, this is what this shows. This donut chart is showing the income utilization percentage by payment type. So we see that credit card has the most average income utilization among all the payment types. And here is the expenditure breakdown for each income segment of customers. So the customer with a high income have used credit card for most of his expenses. Similarly, a customer with a lower to middle income has low credit card usage. And here is also a table that will show monthly expense analysis by occupation and month. So for salaried IT employees, they have the most amount of average income utilization, like 51%. Freelancers have 46% of income utilization. So this means that the salaried IT employees have a more tendency to use credit cards. So similarly to the previous report page, this page also has dark mode facility. So you can toggle dark mode and light mode using this button. So overall, this was my dashboard that I built to answer the problem. Now, after observing the customer demographics, we have potential recommendations to increase credit card usage. The first one is that focus on credit card rewards for online shopping and digital services to appeal to the largest customer segment aged 25 to 34 years old. We can introduce tiered credit cards that will have different benefits, different eye-catching benefits for different income levels across age groups and occupations. We can also develop family-oriented rewards such as discount on healthcare and education, catering to the predominantly married customer base, and create occupation-specific credit cards offering rewards for business expenses for entrepreneurs and practical benefits for salaried employees. And finally, capitalize on the high usage of credit cards and digital payments by enhancing mobile app features and contactless card options. And after observing income and expense analytics, we also have some potential recommendation. We can launch targeted credit card promotions during months with the highest income utilization to drive signups and spending. So we saw that September month has the most income utilization. So if we target for the month that has a lower income utilization percentage, then it will automatically rise the income utilization percentage for the other months also. And for that we can launch uh, targeted credit card promotions, including discounts or many eye-catching benefits. And again, we can offer tiered credit cards for different income segments, and to cater their specific financial capabilities. We can also introduce incentives for digital payment method reflecting the high usage of credit cards and UPI to increase transaction volume. Develop reward programs for high spend categories like bills, groceries, and health, enhancing the card's appeal and usage frequency. Finally, we can design cards with perks tailored to occupation-related spending, such as travel benefits for IT professionals who show higher in earning and higher spending trends. So overall, this was my recommendations and my project. So if you have a recommendation for me on how I can improve my presentation or the dashboard, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I have all my contact information on the screen. Thank you very much.